Hi, I'm Carolyn. I'm a program manager at a tech company. As a program manager, I help engineering, design, and product teams achieve their goals. I take care of everything else so they can focus on doing their work. I map out goals and timelines. I create resources that people outside of the team can go to if they have questions about our work. I develop communication frameworks, which means deciding when we send out updates on our work, creating the content that we share out, and deciding who's the best audience for that information. I coordinate with other teams whose work we depend on to do our work, or teams who are waiting for our work to be done so they can start theirs. I take notes and follow up on action items during our team meetings as well. Day to day, I send a lot of emails and follow up on lots of emails if folks don't reply in a few days. I also run and attend many meetings to ensure projects are running smoothly so we can identify issues that block progress and work around them so they don't put us behind schedule. Daily, I use Gmail, Dropbox Paper, Google Calendar, Slack, Jira, and Zoom to work and communicate. I didn't know program managers existed when I was in college, and I didn't know about a lot of the roles at my company when I was attending college job fairs. But really, there are so many different types of roles at large companies: legal, people operations, which is like human resources, marketing, sales, customer support, in addition to the roles you hear about a lot at tech companies like product designers and software engineers who write the code that actually becomes the final product. My Spanish college degree doesn't directly pertain to the job I'm doing now, and that's true for a lot of my colleagues too. So I'd recommend focusing more on the skills that college can teach you, like meeting deadlines, learning new skills quickly, working with others on big group projects, and networking, instead of worrying about getting exactly the degree in the right field. Some of my colleagues who are software engineers didn't actually study computer science in school or even attend college. Some attended coding boot camps or were self-taught and learned on the job. I started at my company as a recruiting coordinator, scheduling interviews for candidates who are interested in joining my company. I worked with hiring managers, interviewers, and recruiters. And it was a great entry-level role for me. It introduced me to tech companies and all of the various positions needed to help it run. I didn't have any previous experience as a recruiting coordinator, and I had never worked at a tech company before. But I had jobs before that required me to be organized, communicate well, think on my feet to come up with solutions and not get flustered when things change last minute, and all of that came in handy. Typically, recruiting coordinators move into roles as either recruiters or sourcers. But after observing these roles, I didn't quite see them as a fit for me personally, and I was able to work with my lead to take on more of a projects and programs focused role. I wanted to help the team use our tools more effectively, so I developed and rolled out new processes to streamline the interview process. And that was my first program manager role, and I've been doing that ever since. Finding my first role as a recruiting coordinator at my company was completely based on networking. In college, I joined a sorority, and this allowed me to meet lots of other great people I wouldn't have met otherwise because they were in different majors, different classes, or in different years than I was. After I graduated, I had reached out to one of my sorority sisters, and she introduced me to recruiting and even helped me get an interview at my company because she knew someone who worked here. So I really recommend networking with others to find out about interesting jobs and opportunities. In college, these networks can be extracurriculars like volunteer groups or sports groups, others in your classes, your professors, taking advantage of study abroad opportunities and scholarships to study abroad. But outside of college, there are also lots of opportunities to network as well. Again, with volunteer organizations and sports clubs, or really any kind of hobby group like board games or gardening. These connections can be really useful many years down the line, so be sure to connect with people on LinkedIn, which is a really useful tool. And in addition to my role as a program manager, I'm involved in employee resource groups. I started the Latinx Employee Resource Group at my company as a community for Latinx employees, and I've been able to meet a lot of great friends through this group, and it's empowered me to host career panels here at my company to introduce others to the world of tech. One of my favorite aspects of working at a tech company is the freedom I have with my schedule. Because we use so many tools to stay connected and in sync, working from home is a lot easier. Thanks for watching and take care.